On Sunday 15, Secretary General Ban Ki-moon made a very clear statement condemning the upsurge of violence in Iraq at the hand of terrorists and armed groups, including the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant, ISIL, amid reports of alleged gross violations of international human rights and humanitarian law. The full extent of civilian casualties is not yet known, but reports suggest that the number of people killed in recent days may run into the hundreds, and the number of wounded is said to be approaching 1,000. There are reports pointing to the possible commission of war crimes. I believe that the protection of civilians should be the primary concern of any strategy to address the current situation and of international and national actors. It is also key that the government of Iraq works with the UN Assistance Mission for Iraq, UNAMI, and humanitarian agencies to ensure the delivery of urgently needed humanitarian relief. I strongly reiterate the Secretary General's words against sectarian rhetoric that could further exacerbate the conflict and carry grave implications for the entire region. Against the context of interconfessional and intersectarian polarization in the country, the specific vulnerability of religious minorities should also be considered. In the last few days, following the massive ISIL-led operation to take control of the northern city of Mosul, the second biggest of the country, the press has extensively covered the dramatic situation of members of the Christian community fleeing the region en masse. There were also reports of the terrorist elements inciting the demolition of Christian churches. In addition, the reported capture of the town of Tal Afar raises concerns about the well-being of Yazidis and other minority communities in the area. I strongly call on all parties involved in the crisis and all Iraqi leaders, political, military, religious, and community leaders to abandon strategies of violence and confrontation and to engage constructively to ensure respect for diversity in shaping the future of the country. Moreover, states must ensure that measures taken to combat terrorism comply with all their obligations under international law, in particular human rights, refugee, and humanitarian law. I hope that my call could widely resonate, in particular as we approach in a few days the start of the Ramadan.